The Gray Label Dovetail is out. Welcome back, everybody, to Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. Today, we're going to be reviewing Barrel Craft Spirits Gray Label Dovetail. So this whiskey was distilled in Indiana, Tennessee, and Canada. It was finished in rum, port, and Dunn Vineyard Cabernet barrels. So the only difference about this whiskey, it was finished the same way. They used the same barrels. The only difference is they use a much older, more rare stock than their original version. So much so that the component whiskeys are aged up to 20 years. Definitely excited to get into this review, guys. So without further ado, let's go. All right, so as I stated, this whiskey was distilled in Indiana, Tennessee, and Canada. Comes in at 131.54 proof. So definitely high up there. Let's get in the nose, guys. Wow, so there's a lot going on the nose here. One of the first things I got was like a green apple note, like a very, very tart green apple, mixed with just this rich vanilla bean. The vanilla bean is very, very dominant on the nose. But a lot of fruitiness there. Again, I'm definitely picking up some plum in there from the Cabernet barrels, the port. Yeah, a lot of vanilla bean. There's that green apple, like a really tart green apple. And then like a little bit further into the glass, you do pick up like a little bit of caramel. But then there's also like a little bit of pear too. So I'm definitely getting some a lot of fruity notes on this one. It smells like it's going to be very viscous, very rich. Further away from the glass is where I pick up some sweetness and some almost like a raspberry jam, a little bit there. So you get, your apple, there's some raspberry. Caramel's there, a lot of vanilla bean on the nose on this one. A little bit further into the glass, some of the dark side to this one starts to come out. So there is like a nuttiness component to it. Can't really specify what it is, but there's definitely a little bit of nuttiness there further into the glass, and then a little bit of like sweet oak there to follow up. This has a beautiful nose to it. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Almost get like a really slight hint of some brown sugar. Again, there's the brown sugar is the very, very rich vanilla bean, some caramel. Some fruitiness to it, like a little bit of pear, some green apple. Some nuttiness further into the glass, as well as some sweet oak. So I feel like those finishings, I'm kind of getting a little bit of everything on there. Beautiful nose, guys. Get the palate. Cheers. Woo! She's spicy. Wow. So after that initial shock of like the rye spice on there, very, very nice rye spice burst. Probably some of that proof in there too. Again, it's 131 proof, so it's not shy on the heat. Lots of white and black pepper there going on in the middle of the palate and into the finish. Tons of allspice, burnt brown sugars, burnt caramel. Some sweetness like I had from that vanilla bean on the nose. The vanilla bean sweetness is kind of there on the front of the palate. So again, yeah, first was that really initial burst of rye spice, probably some of that proof there as well, and then like hidden underneath that, like some sweetness from the vanilla, some cracked pepper, white pepper and black pepper kind of mix. Definitely some nice mix of peppers there and spices, that allspice kind of mingling in there as well on the middle of the palate and into the finish. Man, that's a great first sip. Let's get to the second one. Damn. If I had to say one word about this one, this is a roller coaster ride of a whiskey right here. This is a roller coaster ride of a whiskey. Like, that second sip, it started out very, very sweet. Vanilla bean, caramel, a little bit of fruitiness there on the front of the palate. And it's just like, hello, spice. Right on the center of the palate. Probably, again, some of that proof, 131 proof. Some rye spices, that cracked pepper. Get a little bit of leather there on the middle of the palate as well. Some like dry leather. And then again, towards the back, again, that pepper just kind of flows through. And then as it goes down into the finish, you start getting these like some plum and some raisins, some of that dark side from those port and cabernet barrels. But it's almost like it's a burnt plum or a burnt raisin. Just has like that burnt note to it. God, it's delicious. It leaves the mouth dry at first, and then it just like completely fills your mouth with water. It's so good. Wow. Yeah, this is a roller coaster ride of a whiskey right here. It's just all up and down with flavors all the way through. Let's get a last sip, guys. Cheers. Damn, I say it again. Roller coaster ride. Just flavors peaking and then going away, and another one comes up and goes away, and another one. It's just like it's strawberries, blackberries, all in the center of the palate into the finish now. Again, that very strong vanilla bean on the front, some caramel, cracked pepper, again, black peppercorn, white pepper on the center of the palate. There's a little bit of dried leather. I do get a little bit of oakiness, surprisingly. I think that and like the leather are kind of mingling together there. And then again, let's I think I picked up like a little bit of apricot there on the front of the palate with some of that caramel, that strong vanilla. I don't pick up like any graininess at all. So the older stocks definitely come into play on this one. And then in the back of the palate, it's like some brown sugar, and then some plum, some raisin that's like like caramelized almost like a burnt raisin, burnt plum, and then those pepper notes just kind of continue to flow down. Man, I love that burst of that spiciness and that proof that it just hits you and it's just like, yeah, I'm here, buddy. Yeah. Again, it does almost, after, swish it around your mouth, let it go down, the pipe. It does almost leave you a little bit dry, but then it's just like this rush of just water, just like it just fills your mouth. It's definitely very savory. The flavors on here, I don't get a lot of like undertones of a lot of flavors on this one. Every flavor is just like, I'm here, and then I'll go away. But guess what? Here's my friend, and it comes back. And then guess what? Here's my friend, it comes back. Just a roller coaster ride of flavors on this one. It's just, they peak, go away, peak, go away. It makes you want to go back and enjoy more. Like, I could finish this very easily if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I do want to save it. I want to sip on it a little bit longer to see what else I get. Again, vanilla, caramel, white, black pepper, some leather that was mixed in there, almost like a little bit of apricot there. In the back of the palate, it's like blackberries, strawberries, and you have this finishing with the pepper, and then this brown sugar, some caramelized like raisins and plum. It's all over the place. Again, roller coaster ride of a whiskey right here. Amazing job by Barrell Craft Spirits. So guys, as far as the grade, honestly, this one was very unique. I would give this an 8.0. I do consider this to be a bunker worthy bottle. If I can go find a bottle, I'd love to have a backup. I know these, are a little high on the, they're a little more on the pricey end of things, but it's such a unique whiskey, and I can't say I've never experienced such a roller coaster ride from a whiskey, but this is very unique in that way. Very, very roller coaster. You get a flavor peak, and then that kind of dies off, and then another one comes up, and then it dies off. Another one. Just such a roller coaster ride of a whiskey. So yes, this is bunker worthy. So final score on this one, it does fall at that 8.0. So again, fantastic job by Barrell Craft Spirits. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews, and want to send a big thank you over to the team at Barrel Craft Spirits for supplying me with the sample to review on the channel. Guys, again, this is something that if it's in your market and you enjoyed the last Dovetail that they released, it's definitely an amped up version, but you can tell that there's the older stock in there in this one. You could tell just by the flavor profile. Again, some of that oakiness, some of that leather really comes into play on this one. But then you also get just like this twist of sweetness and then spice and then all kinds of like burnt fruits and caramelized fruits there on the back of the palate. What a roller coaster of a whiskey right here. I mean, that's all I can really say. It's fantastic. If I can find one in my market, this is a bottle that's a must buy on my list. I will be searching for one for sure. Again, amazing job here by Barrel Craft Spirits, guys. So if you're looking for more reviews like this, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams. You can also find me on Instagram at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews. And until next time, guys, stay dusty.